Apparently, goats in the north is pulling the strings of Ken attack, behind a Ken attack. I guess eventually they'll attack Ura directly. Well, that one was. Saw a heavy drinker and went with it. Alright. So we just pulled a poster off a wall and found a fucking seed. And I'm feeling very excited about that. What else can I press A up against? Oh yeah. Dude, did that just fucking fade? Look at that fade transition. This is Streamer OBS before there was Streamer OBS. How fucking neat was that? Lord Gongora, a member of the council, is also an expert in magic energy. No one can match him on the subject or its use.
Welcome.
I just spoke to him.
Old friend.
That was Mustachio. Was that Mr. Vlash? We ran out of parchment, apparently. It's been that kind of day. Parchment over. Thanks, bro. How you going? Thanks for 43 months. Cheers, mate. Oh, no, we got some parchment again. Restocked. Great. Vile, a brand new expletive. Thank you. Alongside many other brand new expletives today, many of whose names have lost the annals of history. Thank you very, very much. Great to have you here. Cheers, mate.
Ooh.
But my parchment! I'm sorry.
Sorry. Back from war, are we?
Oh, there's like when you go to McDonald's and you're the one that doesn't get a receipt, you know? You gotta, that's so everybody else can get one after you, alright? You're taking the hit. This is so much fun. I'm getting addicted. The first stupid thing I will hear in real life when I go outside at the sound of a mob yelling, kill, kill. This show's always been very much a safe haven, cathartic refuge for service workers of this world, yeah? We work in customer service at a call center, or you work in hospitality. If your job requires you to regularly deal with other people's fucking shit and keep your fucking mouth shut just so you can get a paycheck, this is the place where you don't have to keep your mouth shut. You can let them know how you really feel, and then watch a whole bunch of cunts vote to kill them. That's what we do, all right? We provide a cathartic release, the downtrodden. So I worked my fucking ass off through the customer service industry, through every fucking phone network available in this country. I did night shift at Vodafone, right? For years. I did night shift at Vodafone. Now, I don't know about the rest of the world, but here Vodafone had this cute little thing, right? Free SIM cards, and they came with $5 credit. So all you had to do at any time of the night was go into a service station or a gas station, petrol station, servo as we call them, and pick up a free SIM card. The only people that called throughout the entire night shift of Vodafone weren't the people that wanted a free $5 SIM card. They were the people that wanted a free $5 SIM card and couldn't figure out how to activate it by reading the step 1 and step 2 two-step process. Call this number, enter this code, scratch off your code. And let me tell you, those phone lines were buzzing all fucking night. Can you imagine the dregs? Oh, God. I get heartburn just thinking about it. I ended up, it's funny though, that's where I started my career as a game critic. I started leaving, like, if they had, like, hung up the phone, right? But not hung up the phone, which was fairly common, because they were all fucking drongos, then I'd just leave it on. So I was still on the call, and it took ages, something like 40 minutes, an hour, before a 2IC would recognize that you'd been on a call for so long and find out what's going on. And I used that time to start writing video game reviews and posting them on websites on the internet. And when I finally lost that job, because they caught on to my shit, I had been doing it long enough and gained enough notoriety, I guess you would call it, to start to get hired. And that spurred on a career of a decade's worth of game criticism across the world that inevitably, of course, led to Twitch, because print magazine was dying and we all jumped ship to something else. So, and I mean, you know, it turned out all right, but that was the end. That was like the final fucking, it took a lot of customer service roles to get to that point where I just couldn't handle it anymore, right? So yeah, I'm here for you. I've been where you are. If you're dealing with that now, come in and kill a cunt. It feels great. Tell them how you really feel. You learned it. All right. Now, we're looking for an inn. We're looking for an inn. And we're looking for posters along the way. See, there's one. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, thank you. Miraris. I need to learn how to pronounce your fucking name. Miragus Aline. You are just throwing cash all over the joint. Bad as hell. Here's 10. You actually threw 20. Hey, fuck yeah to your streams. And to say, I will return. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Just Aline. Thank you, Aline. Too generous. Cheers. I miss the mags too, Joe. I miss the mags too.
Of proper devotion.
Actually, the guy who gave me this, we're playing today, Sivaji. He used to write at Hyper Magazine with me. Well, I used to write at Hyper Magazine with him. He was the writer. I was just getting started. And then I got a job in Amsterdam and was like, okay, I'm out. But I was in five issues of Hyper, I think, in the end. But Civ was in PC Power Play, Hyper, and we were both in Pixel Hunt later. I don't know if you know Aussie mags, but there was a lot of good rags. Anyway, yeah, he sent me this. Good old-fashioned relationships.
They say magic energy brought about the tragedy on the Highlands. That really worries me.
Yeah, well, it looked like that. It looked like a meteor fell because of that. This game's feeling pretty dense, huh? Do you have copies of the ones you were in? Yes, I do. I've got them nearby. Anyway. Yeah, I did the World of Warcraft Cataclysm review. That was one of my first. When Cata launched. I've been doing a lot of MMOs when I was working at the call center and writing online. It was a lot of MMOs. So I kind of got rung in as the MMO guy. I did the Final Fantasy XI original release. No, Final Fantasy XIV's original release review. And I reviewed it pretty high, to be honest, for what it was. I think I have copies of Hyper. We're both in, really? Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's fucking great. What a sick cunt. What a memory, huh? Oh, man, those were the days. But this must be an inn, right? There have always been rumours that King Zypher was assassinated. If that's true, then my money's on Chairman Roxian.
The council is telling us we've won the war. But can it really be called a victory? The cost of this many lives?
I like this world building stuff. I used to love this in RPGs. Just a little slice here and there of the context of the day. The war's over, but this hard time continues. Bah. How about a drink to help you forget for a while? Apparently not. But this is a tavern. Maybe it's not the inn that I'm supposed to be at.
So you're the immortal who survived the Highlands of Wold incident. Are you even human?
No, bro.
Those beastly Kent must have attacked Ura to take over our magic industries.
That's probably why they did it. Yeah, you've called it.
Apparently, Goats in the north is pulling the strings of Kent attack, behind its Kent attack. I guess eventually they'll attack Ura directly.
Well, that one was. Saw a heavy drinker and went with it. Hyper was a all video game magazine. PC Power Play was the PC specific arm of that. The feeling of PC gaming rags arriving in the mailbox every month with a subscription. I never got the subs. I never had enough money to consistently pay, but I loved the feeling of going into a newsagent and flipping through them and then buying them when I could. I did buy a lot. Walking home from like the shopping center was like a 40-minute fucking walk. Just plays one note. I love it. Yeah, just reading them on the way home. It's great. Yeah, I was never in Power Play. You're in PC Authority as well. I don't think I've read PC Authority. Alright, let's try this one. Let's try this joint. How Final Fantasy is it tunes? Alright, armor store. Weapons and armor, I love it. There's a little marker on my map to say, hey, go here. So I must be trying to get here for something.
The owner of this store often goes traveling to find quality items. I appreciate his enthusiasm. We can't shop while he's away. That upsets me.
Oh. See? He tells you. You can play the organ but not pet the dog. Yeah, this was before somebody let you pet the dog, and every video game developer ever then needed to also make you pet the dog, because that's the world of creativity we live in today. This was in a better time. Better time. Before everything was just...
And now, councillors, I propose that Gongora be removed from Grand Staff Project, with control transferred to this council.
My lord.
Yeah, Lopes. I was
In
back
addition,
then. All the Final
Lieutenant
Fantasy
Argonar
ones, mate.
completes his investigation, I
played
propose
through
that
solo
Gongora
first,
be confined to his residence
and then I played through with a guide.
surveillance. Those who disagree with my proposal, raise your hands now.
It appears I have no choice but to agree.
I see there are no objections. It is decided.
Really, Burbler? That's awesome. FF11 strat guide was so bad, was it? I mean, that was an MMO, right? They even have a strategy guide? I bet I've still got, I've still got the hardcover one for 13, which was the last Final Fantasy game that I used a guide for. Because that was the end for me. I played through it with a guide, was unsatisfied with the results, and I moved on from Final Fantasy. I didn't play 13, 2, or 3 until quite a bit later, and I only sampled them, really. Yeah, 13 was where I was just like, alright, I'm getting off this train. I was starting to get into pussy and booze and stuff by that point anyway, so it wasn't really hard to leave it behind. And I had me Metal Gears and stuff by then too. Things were changing, but it's kind of hard to let go of your nostalgia. You know, I grew up on the Final Fantasy games, and for a time, they were the only games I ever wanted to play. They were just so different from everything else. When 7 came out, 8 came out, 9 came out, 10 came out, they were the biggest days of my fucking childhood, you know? It was just huge. Then I'm printing out the guides at school, 10 pages at a time per day, you know, from fucking, what was it, PAL GN or something? Oh, crazy days. What's this?
I expected no less from the capital of Ura. Everything's so big. Check out all the magic engines.
Yeah.
Welcome. The council has told me about you. Please enjoy your stay.
There you go.
As Kaim slips into deep sleep,
Oh, narrator.
his dream unfolds.
His dream
A
unfolds.
dream, or his past. At this moment, there is no way he could know.
Oh, because he lost his memory. I've had those nights. Brutal. Two and a half hours logged since it was poor. Yeah. FF6, Ben, that was good shit, man. That was good shit. Happy New Year, not. Cheers, mate. Nice banana. I had that printed guide for Ocarina of Time. I bet it was the same one. Alright, so we went to the council, we told them we'd have no idea why we're immortal. Seemingly immortal. Or why we've lost our memory. They told us to go sleep it off. Whoa. Kaim recalls a memory that was locked deep within his heart.
dream has been revealed.
Press A to dream? Oh my god, that would have been Meme City if anybody played this game back in the day. The mainstream got on it. F to pay respects, A to dream!
The family members have tears in their eyes when they welcome Kime back to the inn from his long journey. Thank you so much for coming. He understands the situation immediately. The time for departure is drawing near. This dream is called Hannah's departure. Too soon. Too soon. But still, he knows this day would have to come sometime, and not in the distant future.
I might never see you again,
she said to him with a sad smile when he left on this journey. Her smiling face almost transparent in its whiteness, so fragile, and therefore indescribably beautiful as she lay in bed. May I see Hannah now? He asks. The innkeeper gives him a tiny nod and says, I don't think she'll know who you are, though. She hasn't opened her eyes since last night, he warns Kareem. Kime, you can tell from the slight movement of her chest that she's clinging to a frail thread of life. But it could snap at any moment. It's such a shame. I know you made a special point to come here for her. Another tear glides down the wife's cheeks. Never mind, it's fine, Kime says. He has been present at innumerable deaths, and his experience has taught him much. Death takes away the power of speech, first of all, then the ability to see. What remains alive to the very end, however, is the power to hear. Even though the person has lost consciousness, it is by no means unusual for the voices of the family to bring forth smile or tears. Kime puts his arm around the woman's shoulder and says, I have lots of travel stories to tell her. I've been looking forward to this my whole time on the road. Instead of smiling, the woman releases another large tear and nods to Kime.
Wait, is this the woman? Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. It's 2:30 in the morning.
Instead of smiling, the woman releases another large tear and nods to Kime, so it must be her.
and Hannah was so looking forward to hearing your stories.
Her sobs almost drown out her words. The innkeeper says, I wish I could urge you to rest up from your travels, but you see her, before you see her, but Kime interrupts his apologies. Of course, I'll see her right away. There's very little time left.
Oh, it's got sound effects as well. What the fuck? This is great.
Hannah, the only daughter of the innkeeper and his wife, will probably breathe her last before the sun comes up. Kime lowers his pack to the floor and quietly opens the door to Hannah's room. Hannah was frail from birth. Far from enjoying the opportunity to travel, she rarely left the town or even the neighborhood in which she was born and raised. This child will probably not live to adulthood, the doctor had told her parents. To this tiny girl with extraordinary, beautiful, doll-like features, the gods had dealt an all too sad destiny. They had allowed her to be born the only daughter of the keepers of a small inn by the highway, was perhaps one small act of atonement for such iniquity. Hannah was unable to go anywhere, but the guests who stayed at her parents' inn would tell her stories of the countries and towns and landscapes and people she would never know. Whenever new guests arrived at the inn, Hannah would ask them,
Where are you from? Where are you going? Can you tell me a story?
She would sit and listen to their stories with sparkling eyes, urging them on to new episodes with,
And then? When
when they left the inn, she would beg them,
please come back and tell me lots and lots of stories about faraway countries.
She would stand there waving until the person disappeared far down the highway, give one lonely sigh, and go back to bed. Hannah is sound asleep. No one else is in the room, perhaps an indication that she has long since passed the stage when the doctors can do anything for her. Kime sits down in the chair next to the bed and says with a smile, "Hello, Hannah. I'm back." She does not respond. Her little chest, still without the swelling of a grown woman, rises and falls almost imperceptibly. "I went far across the ocean this time," he tells her. "The ocean on the side where the sun comes up. I took a boat from the harbor, way, way, way far beyond the mountains. You can see from this window. And I was on the sea from the time the moon was perfectly round, till it got smaller and smaller, and then bigger and bigger, until it was full again. There was nothing but ocean as far as the eye could see. Just the sea and the sky. Can you imagine it, Hannah? You've never seen the ocean, but I'm sure people have told you about it. It's like a huge, big, endless puddle." Kime chuckles to himself, and it seems to him that Hannah's pale white cheek moves slightly. She can hear him. Even if she cannot speak or see, her ears are still alive. Believing and hoping this to be true, Kime continues with the story of his travels. He speaks no words of parting. As always with Hannah, Kime smiles with a special gentleness he has never shown to anyone else before. And he goes on telling his tales with a bright voice, sometimes even accompanying his story with exaggerated gestures. He tells her about the blue ocean. He tells her about the blue sky. He says nothing about the violent sea battle that stained the ocean red. He never tells her about those things. Hannah was still a tiny girl when Kime first visited the inn. When she asked him,
Where are you from?
and
Will you tell me some stories?
with her childish pronunciation and innocent smile, Kime felt a soft glow in his chest. At the time, he was returning from a battle. More precisely, he had ended one battle and was on his way to the next. His life consisted of traveling from one battlefield to another, and nothing about that has changed to this day. He has taken the lives of countless enemy troops and witnessed the deaths of countless comrades on the battlefield. Moreover, the only thing separating enemies from comrades is the slightest stroke of fortune. Had the gears of destiny turned in a slightly different way, his enemies would have been comrades, and his comrades' enemies. This is the fate of the mercenary. He was spiritually worn down back then and feeling unbearably lonely. As a possessor of eternal life, Kime had no fear of death, which was precisely why each of the soldiers' faces distorted in fear and why each face of a man who died in agony was burned permanently into his brain. Ordinarily, he would spend nights on the road drinking, immersing himself in his alcoholic stupor, or pretending to. He was trying to make himself forget the unforgettable. When, however, he saw Hannah's smile as she begged him for stories about his long journey, he felt a far warmer and deeper comfort than he could ever obtain from liquor. He told her many things. About a beautiful flower he discovered on the battlefield, about the bewitching beauty of the mist filling the forest the night before the final battle, about the marvelous taste of the spring water in a ravine where he and his men had fled after losing a battle, about a vast, bottomless, blue sky he saw after a battle. He never told her anything sad. He kept his mouth shut about the human ugliness and stupidity he witnessed endlessly on the battlefield. He concealed his position as a mercenary from her, kept silent regarding his reasons for traveling constantly, and spoke only of things that were beautiful and sweet and lovely. He sees now that he told Hannah only beautiful stories of the road like this, not so much out of concern for her purity, but for his own sake. Staying in the inn where Hannah waited to see him turned out to be one of Chaim's smallest pleasures in life. Telling her about the memories he brought back from his journeys, he felt some degree of salvation, however slight. 5 years, 10 years, his friendship with the girl continued. Little by little, she neared adulthood, which meant that, as the doctors had predicted, each day brought her that much closer to death. And now, Chaim ends the last travel story he will share with her. He can never see her again, can never tell her stories again. Before dawn, when the darkness of night is at its deepest, long pauses enter into Hannah's breathing. The frail thread of her life is about to snap as Chaim and her parents watch over her. The tiny light that has lodged in Chaim's breast will be extinguished. His lonely travels will begin again tomorrow. His long, long travels without end. You'll be leaving on travels of your own soon, Hannah, Chaim tells her gently. You'll be leaving for a world that no one knows. A world that has never entered into any of the stories you've heard so far. Finally, you will be able to leave your bed and walk anywhere you want to go. You'll be free. He wants her to know that death is not sorrow, but a joy mixed with tears. It's your turn now. Be sure and tell everyone about the memories of your journey. Her parents will make that same journey someday, and someday, Hannah will be able to meet all the guests she has known at the inn, far beyond the sky. I, however, can never go there. I can never escape this world. I can never see you again. This is not goodbye. It's just the start of your journey. He speaks his final words to her. We'll meet again. His final lie to her. Fucking hell. Hannah makes her departure. Her face is transfused with a tranquil smile, as if she'd just said,
See you soon.
Her eyes will never open again. A single tear glides slowly down her cheek. End.
Well, that was a fucking hell of a fucking memory, wasn't it? Lordy hell. It was nice. It was very nice. I know it's sad, but it was also quite sweet. I had heard about the stories in this game. I think I just found them. There's a tutorial about them. Let's see. Kime's mind is filled with lost pieces of past memories. Certain sights or conversations can bring these memories back in the form of dreams. He's lost his memories, amnesia, and he's getting it back. To view episodes from 1,000 Years of Dreams, again, rest at any inn or bed and select them from the start menu. When viewing an episode, you can pause it by pressing the start button or cancel by pressing the back button. Okay. No, there's not really much to it, is there? Nice. Very nice. Cool. It helps that you don't read it out as a fucking wet napkin. Well, thank you. I think that's why years ago, friends of mine like Lopes, like Weddy had said, you'll really enjoy streaming this because of the narration stuff, I guess. And I really do enjoy narration. So yeah, like I guess it's like audiobooky, but without having to read entire fucking books for hours and hours, 40 fucking hours or some shit, you know. It's nice to be able to do it for 10 minutes and then call it a day. Yeah. Was this my room? They hide shit all over this fucking game, I've noticed, so I'm just going to be checking. Just be double checking. True story, but yeah, I mean, I love narration. I don't want to fucking do 40-hour books there. It's too much. Kill me.
Have you been in Ura for a long time? This is my first time. I'm looking for a job to make something out of my life.
Good for you. I don't know how long I've been here. Don't have any memories. Ooh. I'll have that $100 from this hotel room, thank you.
Guest book. To our dear guests, do you have any questions, comments, or suggestions? Kindly write them down here. We came here
for our honeymoon. We'll never forget this experience of a lifetime. We'll treasure it forever. Thank you. It rained the whole time. How could I have any fun? It's like bad weather just follows me around.
All right, now this is a different guest. We got to change, but
it rained the whole time. How could I have any fun? It's like bad weather just follows me around. The soldiers were loud. Everything was so expensive. I just want to go home. At least that girl was really cute and her food was good. Wind's howling. Fuck. This was my first time in the city. It's been an interesting and meaningful trip. I'd like to visit again. Vlad von Dracula. I came here to send my son off to the army. He was such a kind-hearted boy. I'm worried that he won't fit in with those military types. I just pray that he'll be back safe.
I rode the monorail. I saw the castle. I played with the dog. I'm gonna go to my grandma's house tomorrow. I can't wait.
alright, there's a fucking lot of people stayed in this room. The fact that it's optional is nice too. You can always go back and say, fuck it, let me get this law. Yeah, true, eh? Oh, I'm fucking afraid to read this one. Oh no. There's a chest there though. I'm about to get rewarded. Ura Street Map. Great Gate. Downtown Ura. Palace. Transportation. The Great Gate. This magnificent structure serves as the entrance to the city of Ura, as well as providing protection from enemies. The monorail station has now become an essential part of Ura's transportation, and it is one of the blessings from the magic industrial revolution. The beautiful sights of Main Street are the most memorable parts of Ura. The charmingly authentic flagstone boulevard melds seamlessly with the wonders of modern magic engine technology to create a wonderful blend of old and new Ura in one unique view. The palace. Even under Ura's modern republican government, the palace's majestic exterior continues to loom over Ura. Rebuilt as part of the magic industrial revolution, this symbolic structure continues to serve as one of the city's most recognizable buildings. Yes, I imagine. And transportation, the monorail system is inexpensive and runs frequently, so it's your best choice for visiting downtown or the palace area. For those who prefer a more personal touch, magic taxis offer a high level of privacy. Some merchants even conduct their most important meetings inside. Well now, magic taxis? Consider me intrigued. Oh, that's a Phoenix down, and here's a chest with Holy Night. Dude, just remember when games fucking gave you a Holy Night charm because you decided to check one of the fucking inn rooms? The fuck's a Holy Night charm?